Hey guys,
Hi.
we've been having these conversations with many people about what exactly do you want your life to look like, and more importantly, the rest of your life. Because life flies by fast, and life happens. Life just happens, and that's what we have a tendency to say is life just happens. And we have all kinds of things that always pull all of us in every different direction, and your time just gets absorbed, as I always say.
Yeah.
It gets used up.
Yeah.
And so because of that, you can't help but saying that life just happens. And yes, life does just happen, but it just happens when you've never taken the time, when we've never taken the time to actually ask the question, what exactly do we want our lives to look like, not only today, not only next week, next month, next year, in this new decade of 2020, but the rest of your life, because it's going to fly by like that.
Yeah.
In a blink of an eye.
Yep.
And if you do not spend the time to think about what you actually want to be experiencing in life, sorry, we got a windy place here, so if you don't spend that time to actually think it through, your ship will just wander all over the place, and you'll end up experiencing whatever moment by moment.
Yeah, for me, I was a pharmacist, a successful pharmacist for 20 years. And it really wasn't until Scott asked me that question, is that the way you want to live the rest of your life? And
Is that the way you want your life to look?
really
too?
look like? Yeah. And for me, I was comfortable. I was sitting good. I had a good job. I worked 8 to 5. It was great. I thought I was comfortable. But really, when he asked me that question and I really took time to ask myself, is that really the way I want to live the rest of my life? It wasn't. I realized that I was actually trapped. I felt stuck, and I really wasn't living life on my terms. And so once I asked that question and moved towards and actually stepped into what I really wanted to have my life look like, I became more free and more alive and renewed and just energized for life.
Yeah, and I've been doing the same thing for a long time, thinking, what do I want my life to look like? How am I going to integrate into life as it plays out? And bad things are going to happen. They're always there.
Yep.
I mean, you don't even have to look at COVID. You don't even have to look at the pandemic and the crash of the stock market in this year. You can look back to 2008 and the housing crisis and the .com.
Life happens.
In early 2000s and Oklahoma bombings and all that. So those things are going to happen. We're going to come out of where we're at, and more dumb things are going to happen in our lives. It just really comes down to a question of how are you going to live and experience the fullness, the wonderfulness, the beauty, the grandeur, the awesomeness of all of life that was created for you to experience. And so, as Julie, you were saying, as we've stepped into it, we've experienced the aliveness of life, the abundance, the excitement, the energy, the exhilaration, the
newness, the excitement,
and having a skip in your step on a daily basis. So I was doing the same thing. I was involved in building projects for the last 25 years, and really asking that question, do I really want to do this the rest of my life? Is that what I want the rest of my life to look like?
And it can be scary, whether you stay in where you're at or you go and do something different. But now that we've stepped into it, we can tell you it is a heck of a lot better to just take that jump and take that step towards how you really want your life to look like.
And oftentimes you don't know how to. You don't have a roadmap. You don't have a process that helps you go there. So we all of us commonly chase after money. In other words, we go toward what's comfortable and familiar and what can help us pay the bills. Sorry, I'm cupping the mic on here because it's so stinking windy here. And it's beautiful out. It's a nice fall day, as summer's coming to a close. But anyway, I'm having to hold the phone funnily.
Strategically.
Because we weren't planning on doing this, but here we are. So, what was I saying?
You love life.
We were just talking about, having a skip in our step and the excitement of really stepping into the thing that makes you come alive and figuring that out. Figuring that out, because if you hadn't done that,
no.
If I hadn't asked that question, and actually what she told me when I asked her that question was, She
I'm
said,
good.
she raised her hand and said, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. I've made it here. I've arrived. I got it all figured out.
But that was the hardest question that you couldn't actually answer that night.
Because I knew deep down that there was more to life than what I was experiencing. But I really didn't know how to get there. And I knew that I was created for more.
So understanding it's always the thing that makes you come alive.
Yes.
The thing that makes you excited. And so we're partially talking about how you show up in your everyday life, your energy, your aliveness, your excitement, your joy, versus not having that and having heaviness and discouragement and kind of frustration or downtrodden or just not a skip in your step and you're just going through the motion. You know,
Feel heavy.
You know, there's the saying of life more abundantly than life itself. Well, most people live on the side of that sentence of life itself, of life happens. So it's easy to get caught in that and not really go toward the thing that makes you come alive. And when you don't do that, then you don't experience that exhilaration, that aliveness, that energy, that excitement, that joy, that skip in your step that you were talking about.
That we were all created to experience.
Yeah, I have to do this because this is killing my arm.
All right, we got a ball game to go to, so.
So yeah, the importance is living your life on your terms on a daily basis. It's two parts. It's one, the aliveness and the energy that you experience, the joy of life, the
excitement,
fullness, the loveliness, the beauty, the grandeur, the awesomeness of all life. And that really is where your fulfillment is found, in what makes you come alive. And then the second thing is what you do for a vocation, what you do as a profession.
Because we all spend a lot of time at our jobs or our businesses, our careers. We all spend a lot of it in that area.
I'm smiling because I'm having to hold my arm up. She's holding my arm up now. So anyway, that's the life on your terms. When you can step into that thing that really makes you come alive, like we're doing.
Yes.
And like we've done, it really does kick that spark back into your life as to that there is more to life than what you're experiencing. It does show you that. And as we've walked it out in the last year and a half or so, we've really showed and proved it and are having many conversations with people about it. So we just want to keep this conversation going with you about what do you want your life to actually look like. We're all going to transition out of this life at some point, and it's going to happen faster than you think. And so you often talk about regrets and in terms of life from that perspective, but it's really just what do you want your life to look like, and in engineering your life and designing it so that you can create the life you truly want to live and live life on your terms from a day-to-day basis, which a lot of people are. We did the same thing for a long time.
Just at different degrees.
Yeah, but you're pulled by all the different stuff that pulls you. And so we're always actively saying no to all the things that pull us, and really learning how to say yes to the things that really fit that picture of where we're going in life, where we want our lives to look like, what we're trying to experience.
And help you experience that great grandeur, amazing life that we have been given.
Yeah, life on your terms and having the freedom to do what you want, go where you want, and experience what you want.
All while doing what you love.
That's right.
We love watching our kids play ball, so that's where we're going to go now.
That's right. We're going to a football game, so.
Have a great night.
Later.